Hey guys, Richard here, e-bike reviews and adventures. I'm going to run to the grocery store, so I figured I'd take you along for the ride. I'm going to be taking the brand new Velotric. This is the Fold 1. Just got that in. Amanda and I just got this thing put together. Going to be releasing a video on it in a day or two. But yeah, we're going to take it out. This is a nice little bike too. So we're going to take it. Oh, Amanda left the seat down low. Maybe I need to put the seat up a little higher. Something like that. Whew, man, that sun is cooking today. Oh my goodness. It is hot, hot, hot. Let's go. All right, here we go. Yeah, the Velotric Fold 1. Nice little bike. I'm enjoying it. $999, and you get a lot for that. So 28 mile an hour top speed, and I can pedal at 22, 23 miles an hour with no ghost pedaling, so that's working out pretty nice. Compact, only 66 pounds, I believe. Pretty easily. Yeah, this thing's cruising right along. Yeah, so anyway, Amanda and I had a busy day today. A lot of things trying to get done. Up, you know, there for a couple of weeks, several weeks actually. Just really far behind on everything, but we're pretty much caught up now. Got this unboxed today and got another one delivered today, the King Bull. Made a short video about that saying that it was delivered, and we've got another one coming on Friday, so we're about to get kind of busy again. Plus we're still waiting on a couple, 2, 3 or so, that have been promised that you know, that we're going to get sent and haven't been sent yet. So I don't know. I get the feeling it's just going to be a busy summer as long as we're willing to accept. You know, we have a lot of fun around on the channel. We've been showing you some of that behind the scene footage where we're cutting up a little bit and having a good time. Hot. We've reached a point now where it's just miserably hot here, and it's going to be that way for the next 4 months or so. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but you got to take the good with the bad. So I'm going to try to do things a little earlier every day, just to get out a little sooner and enjoy the morning weather when it's a little cooler. I wasn't sure if that guy was going to stop, so I pointed at him to let them know that they were going to stop. Yeah. Amanda said she almost hit a bicyclist on the way home today. Just told me about it. Sent me a text earlier. I guess she was in the left turning lane, got the green arrow to turn left, started to make her turn, and somebody decided he was going to go against the red light and cross in the crosswalk. So she hit her brakes, and then the guy behind her almost ran into the back of her. And said, yeah. Then I asked her if he was wearing spandex. That's a little bit of a joke in the e-bike community. Now, not to offend anyone who wears spandex or, you know, any type of bicycle clothing, okay? But at least around here in these parts, it's an ongoing joke that it's not the e-bikers that are causing most of these problems, because the guys guys and gals riding e-bikes are oftentimes, you know, seniors, and this is a huge senior community. So, a lot of times they're the ones that are out here riding around casually, just enjoying their day. And it's the regular cyclists, you know, the guys that do the long distance cycling, and they hunkered over the handlebars and they're blazing as fast as they can pedal, zipping in and out of traffic. And, you know, a lot of these trails around here are 15 miles an hour. You know, 15 miles an hour is a good speed. Some of them are 10 when you get on the trail, and, you know, and it's just meant for people who want to walk or people who want to casually ride a bike. But then you have these cyclists out there just flying as fast as they can go. And they're just causing mayhem for everybody and causing a bad name. And it's usually these guys that are wearing the spandex. So anyway, my joke is, it's the spandex that slows the blood circulation, which causes them to make poor decisions. But, you know, hey, I know a lot of you guys are probably wearing spandex. Don't take offense. As long as you're riding responsibly, you keep doing you. It's all those people that are riding irresponsibly. And you know what? There's plenty of those in the e-bike community too. I mean, hey, I'm going to admit, there's been times where I got a little carried away. You know, I do something kind of dumb or stupid. Just out feeling good, happy as can be, and get a little carried away or something. It happens. But I'm not out there doing it on a regular basis. Every time I ride, you know, I'm not out there driving full bore, or trying to take a trike up on 2 wheels, or trying to pop a wheelie, or, you know, weaving in and out. I don't weave in and out of traffic. I don't weave in and around people. I'm very responsible when there's people, especially people who are walking, because I know they have you know, we can be intimidating. I can be intimidating. I'm a bigger guy on a big e-bike, a large mass going down a trail. I know I can scare other people and make them uncomfortable, so I always try to slow down, always try to speak to them, let them know that, hey, I'm a friendly, and that's just how I try to roll. Some people don't care, they just do their own thing. Whew, I tell you what, guys, it is boiling hot around here. It's been getting really super hot now for several weeks, and it has rained one time. Everything around here is drying up. The retention ponds are all way down and drying up, and the grass is all burnt up. It's just not too pleasant around here. Last year was pretty dry too. The year before that it rained, it seemed like every single day. It's just hit or miss. We need to get some juice. Do that too. You know, try to give people hand signals. She didn't know my intention. She didn't know if I was going to jump out. She was trying to make a right on red. I'm like, no, I'm waiting for the crosswalk, you know? So you can make your right on red. I give her a hand signal, let her know I saw her. She's good to go. Now when it turns green like this, you can bet I'm going to go out there and give this guy the hand, because he intended to keep on going. That happens almost every time I'm out riding. So this is a brand new grocery store that opened up just about a week or so ago. So this is a much nicer ride than going down the small sidewalk right on the side of the busy highway. So I'll probably start going to this one. It might be, you know, a half a mile further or something dumb, you know? I mean, you're on an e-bike, it doesn't matter, right? But I'm gonna start going here, I think. That's because it's a much nicer ride. So we'll go check it out. This is my first time checking out the store. I mean, it's a Publix. If you're in the South at all, then you're probably familiar with Publix. I don't think they really have them anywhere else, but here Publix is like taking over everything, shutting down mom and pop stores and giving larger chains a run for their money, because they're building these things. Like, you can't drive a mile without running into a Publix. And they're nice little grocery stores if you've never been in one. They're smaller, not like a huge grocery store, but smaller usually, but well stocked, good variety, really good produce compared to, you know, someplace like Walmart or something. Good meat selection, but the downside is that you pay extra for all that. You pay for that convenience of having one just a mile down the road from where you live, and you pay extra for, you know, better quality produce and things like that. So it's pricey compared to Walmart or Aldi's or some of these other kind of places. But I don't do my big shopping here. I just use it for the convenience that it was intended to be. All right, so I've never been over here. I don't see, oh, there's bicycle racks way down there by the liquor store. So I guess we'll be parking way down here in the sun, over by the liquor store. That's all right. At least they have one, right? All right. So this is over here, tucked in out of the way. So I'm not going to leave my camera. I'm not going to leave my helmet. I'm going to have to take everything in with me. That's all right. Sometimes I'll leave it, especially when it's right in front of the store. I just kind of take that risk. I shouldn't, but and sometimes I'll just have my bag with me, you know, my saddle bag or something. I'll just drop it in there, because out of sight, out of mind. People can't see what you got. But yeah, not here. For this one, I'm gonna have to take my helmet with me and my camera with me. Yeah, so that's it. Here we go. All right. How can I squeeze all this in here? Just like, oh, that's gonna work just fine. Look at that. Nice and tight. That milk will be boiling warm by the time I get home. Oh my goodness. That sun is hot. It was like, the ambient temperature was like 92 or 93 this afternoon or something. Let's see where we're headed. Let's see where we're going. Get this thing powered up. Let's just go right to pedal assist 5, man. Let's just get going. All right, we're gonna go back a slightly different route. Only because since we had to park on this end of the building, right over here is a nice little gravel path. And that allows you to go around this apartment complex right down here. And by doing that, yeah, we avoid a little bit of street riding along the street. Woo. Better throttle back a little bit though. This gravel's a little slick. Let's see here. So I didn't realize it. I didn't check the tire pressures, and it's a little low. I can tell it's a little low. A couple of miles from home, riding a bike that's got low tire pressures. Yeah, shame on me. That's all right. It'll be fine till we get home, hopefully. See what else we're going to talk about now. Let's see if you guys are still with me. Let me know if you're still with me. We're at the halfway point. I just left the grocery store. Now we got to get all the way back home. I thought about just making this into one video, or 2 videos, but no need for that. So my buddy Gary says, Gary over Gary's eBike Adventures says, Richard, you need to slow down, dude. You're working too hard, putting out too many videos. I agree with you, Gary. I agree with you 100%. Richard is doing too much work. It's starting to feel like work. It was a hobby. It was fun. Now it's starting to feel like work. Let me just stop and check that tire. Just because it feels really shut. No, it doesn't. No, it's not too crazy soft. Huh. Anyway, yeah, Gary, I agree. 1, sometimes 2 videos a day. There's just so much to do, you know? There's so much to talk about, so much to share, so much to teach, so much to experience. If I just did 1 video a day or 1 video every couple of days, oh my goodness, it'd drive me crazy. It drives me crazy because my mind is constantly going. My mind is constantly working. It doesn't really shut down. And, you know, so there's always something out there to do or to experience, to share. Plus, you know, I mean, the channel's been getting more and more popular. And as that happens, then you get more stuff sent to you and more e-bikes. And so that keeps you busy. Hey, you know, I used to tell companies that I'll make, you know, 4, 5, 6 videos of their bikes. Right now I'm telling them 3. 3 is all you're guaranteed. If I really like your bike and it's something that we end up using like a lot more, then you'll get more videos, but I'm gonna guarantee 3. But even that's more than what a lot of these guys are doing, especially these big channels. You know, you never see Tail Happy and some of these other ones, Citizen Cycle, unless he's modifying something. You don't see a lot of these guys, you know, making multiple videos. Russ is right is good about, you know, I haven't watched him in months, but he's always good about taking his bikes out, you know, multiple times and going for a ride. Yeah, but I'm just like, 3 is all I can do. And yeah, it could come to a point where that's a bit of a stretch, but we've completely cut out scooters, which we only had a few scooters on the channel anyway, but that's not something we're entertaining. We've turned down other bikes too, bikes that we just weren't too crazy interested in, like appeared to be pretty cheap or pretty low cost. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just, no. I mean, everybody, you know, there's plenty of people out there that want a low cost bike. And at one time, I wasn't doing bikes under $1,000, right? Last year it was like, if it wasn't at least $1,000, you know, I wasn't gonna entertain it too much. But now, with the way prices have dropped, like this one right here, $999, and it's a good bike. It's a really good bike. So you can get some really good bikes now for $700, $800 because they're just building them a lot better. They're building them cheaper. There's so much competition out there, they have to cut their prices in order to sell bikes. So that's good for the consumer to a point, right? I mean, competition is good, lowers prices. But then what happens is you got these manufacturers that are building bikes that are so squeezed on their profits and margins, and that, you know, they can't afford to have that extra person in customer service to answer your phone calls and your questions when you have, well, if you have a problem. You know, they can't afford to have parts just sitting on the shelf, stocked, you know, waiting to be shipped out. So when you need a part, you have to wait a few weeks because they have to go directly to the manufacturer to get it, because they just can't afford to have that money tied up sitting there. So competition is good. It lowers prices, but it can have a really negative impact too. And we all know customer service for all these e-bike companies has never been great. And that's a topic for another day, maybe, I don't know. But there's been a big discussion recently about customer service. In fact, there was some stuff just this afternoon about customer service and these e-bike companies, and yeah, you know, none of them have a great you know, customer service other than Velotric. Velotric so far has been the only one I've dealt with that has just amazing customer service. I suspect Velotric will be really good, although I'm new working with them and I haven't had to use their customer service, but I suspect they would be they're going to be pretty good. But a lot of these younger, newer bike companies are just trying to get started, and then, you know, they're focused on just selling product, trying to survive. Even some of the brands that I've already worked with, you know, and some of them have some good bikes, but customer service is terrible. Anyway, there was a discussion earlier on Facebook. Someone looked up the BBB rating for the top 5 bike brands. Well, I don't know how they figured out the top 5 bike brands. I guess top 5 for them, you know, what they were interested in. And they all had like just dismal ratings. They mentioned a couple of them. Maybe I shouldn't mention names. Maybe I will. AdMotor has an F BBB rating. Mooncool doesn't have a BBB rating, but they're a new company, so they kind of understandable there. I think Velotric had a B, and I don't remember the other one, but it was low. And she was talking about how, you know, she's not sure if she wants to buy an e-bike because customer service is so bad. And my thought was, you know, you don't base your buying decisions and, you know, moving forward with an e-bike based on other people's opinions when it comes to the BBB. You know, BBB is Better Business Bureau has outlived its usefulness. That used to be the only source to go and get information about a company. And that's just not the case anymore. Social media has replaced that. And the BBB was never very good anyway. They don't investigate complaints. They just kind of take them in and post them. And then it drops ratings, and people never write to the BBB or contact the BBB to say, hey, I had a good experience. It just doesn't happen. But on social media, when you start talking to people, it's like everyone has an opinion and everyone's more than willing to share, hey, I had a really good experience, or I had a really bad experience. That's where you're going to get your true, hey, you know, what's customer service like, or what's this company like? And let's be reasonable here. One person can have a super, super good experience with a company and sing their praises all day long, and then somebody else come along and say, you know what, I had a super terrible experience, and I'm still experiencing problems, and I'm getting nowhere, and I got a broken bike, and I can't get it fixed. And so it happens across the board with all brands. It really does. It's really just a turkey shoot, right? You just hope for the best. It's hot. Did I mention that? I'm trying to sit here in the shade of this telephone pole over here. See where I stopped? You learn to do things like that here in Florida. Woo! Take advantage of whatever stop sign, shadow, or telephone pole, or light pole, or whatever. Telephone poles. Why are they still called telephone poles? Telephone wires don't run from pole to pole anymore. It's old school stuff. Guess if I went and asked one of these youngsters about telephone poles, they probably would have no idea what I was talking about. Yeah. What was that? Couldn't tell what was in those crates. You know, this intersection right here, I don't care what time of day I come out here. It's just a really long light, and it takes forever to get across. And oftentimes I'm going like across on two sides, so it's like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting here forever waiting on this stupid thing. There we go. Oh my goodness, my camera's bouncing. Woo! Almost home. Not a bad trip. Yeah, it takes a few minutes longer, I think, to get to this one, but that's super nice. I didn't mention that. Yeah, the store is super nice in there. Laid out completely different than the other two that are in my area. But I think I'll start checking this one out more often because it's a lot easier to get there on a bike. So that is my plan moving forward. New grocery store for Richard. So the Velotric was doing pretty good. A little noisy, I noticed. I don't know if you noticed that. So it could be a little quieter. And honestly, that's not the motor, that's the tires. Just a lot of road noise from these tires. A little bit of humming from the motor, but it handles well. I like this. 28 miles an hour, pedal assist. It's got a nice screen on it. Different, but it's a nice screen. Left-handed thumb throttle, paddle or finger shifters over here. It's a 7-speed. It's got a 52-tooth chain ring, and I think it's got a 12-tooth small sprocket. You can pedal pretty comfortably up to around 22, 23 miles an hour, so that's pretty nice. See him out. My buddy Ron's garage door was open. I gotta check on him. He had to go to the doctor today. Check him out, make sure he's all right. Oh well. Anyway, what we're talking about. So anyway, the bike, 750 motor, hydraulic brakes. So $999 you get hydraulic brakes, 750 motor. Only 70 Newton meters of torque. Could be a little peppier, but that's all right. Good bike. Check it out. Stick around for the full review. It'll be coming soon. If you like this video, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in another video real soon. I'm home. Got to get the milk inside, get it in the fridge. See you guys later.